Now his natural expansion is very well defended with all these Hydralisks and a creep tumor. I'm sure that's going to defend very well. Oh look, there's my expansion. Very good. Now, something that I'm trying to work on is being aggressive when putting down these expansions. And here come a bunch of Hellions. They're not going to do too much against Hydralisks, unfortunately. And I'm thinking that against Hydralisks, maybe I should be going for siege tanks instead, but I'll have to think about that. And yeah, I'm just pumping out these Hellions. I've already got my shield upgrade and my stim upgrade. So I'm going to switch these back over. And these buildings are going to clip right through each other. Fantastic. Run, Hellions, run. I'm sorry I'm not watching the battles quite as much. I'm trying to focus on my own macro and how I'm doing. So I've got a nice, consistent 40 to 30 APM. Fantastic. And my Hellions are going to get completely destroyed. Now I stim my Marines, and they're doing alright, I guess. Not doing great. He's retreating. I think if he just held out, he probably would have not taken so many losses, and he would have been okay. But oh, here come his Zergling reinforcements, and my Marines are dead. So in terms of income, I'm still pretty far ahead in mineral income. I've got 7 more harvesters. Resources, my resources are pretty low. He is up at 2,000 minerals, so he's not macroing as well as he could be. And I've got 71 over 102 food, and he's got 59 out of 68. So my army size is actually quite a bit bigger. Yes. But it's not because I've been winning any of these fights. I've been losing all these fights. It's just because my macro's a little better, I guess. And he's got 2 bases up, and so do I. And I'm pretty sure that although this mineral patch is pretty low, I should be thinking of another expansion, which I don't. But a 2-base Terran is pretty equal to what am I talking about? A 2-base Zerg is like about equal to a 1-base Terran, I've heard. So I'm really not in bad shape. Now check this out. He uses Nidus Worm to try and attack my natural. This is the first time I've seen a Nidus Worm online. And to tell you the truth, I didn't even see this Nidus Worm, period, when I played this match. I didn't know it existed until I checked out this replay. I just sent my guys over here and attack moved, and they won, so I went back to macroing, and then they just took out the Nidus Worm. So, big ups to my my army for taking care of business. A little TCB on this Nidus Worm. And now I'm gonna move out a little bit. I think his Overlord actually sees us. He's great scouting in this match. I'm very impressed with my opponent's scouting. He's got control of these watchtowers for the entire game. Look at this. Yeah, so this is the first time I've seen that Zergling, but he's been there the entire match. And keeping my money up at about 400, that's kind of high. I should be building... Okay, I'm building a factory and a barracks to try and get my money lower. Good for me. And I'm going to come in with these Hellions, but not do too much damage. Hellions by themselves don't really do that much. And I've got some tanks. Do I have Siege? Siege just finished researching. Perfect. Great timing. I mean, completely accidental timing, but it worked out really well. So I'm going to stim and come in here with my Hellions, and my tanks are going to siege. Yes, they're going to siege. And this natural is going to be dead. I think at this point, he's got some corruptors up. That's interesting. They never really do anything, though. And that's pretty much his whole army. Oh, he's got some Mutalisks. Only 4 Mutalisks, and they're pretty much dead because I have so many Marines. Which is exactly why I built so many Marines. I really get scared by Mutalisks. They're so fast, and when they're clumped up, they just destroy my base. So I just get so many Marines now against Zerg. Even when I don't need to. So maybe that's not such a good thing, but I'll deal with that when I start having problems with it. So far it's working out. So my pretty much entirely Marine Hellion force with a couple of tanks are going to move into his main here. And he's only got these Mutalisks to defend with. That's it. Oh, look at this. He morphed some of those Corruptors into Broodlords. That's going to cause some problems, isn't it? Just an FYI, I hate Broodlords. So, I'm just going to be coming in here, take out his Nidus network with all these drones in it. But check this out. Oh, look at this. I had no idea this was happening. And to be honest, when I was attacking, I didn't even see that was a Nidus worm. I can't recognize it just by looking at it yet. I'm not that good. I didn't really click on all the buildings. And here's a spire that I never knew existed until I just got here. I hate these broodlings. They're so tiny, but they just, it adds up, right? So meanwhile, I am macroing like crazy. I've got 1,500 minerals. That's bad. I'm up to 96 food, and he's at 41. So already, this is pretty much a one game. But those Broodlords, man, they're just taking their toll on my army here. It's not enough to save his base, obviously, because I've got so many reinforcements, and got tanks, and all these factories, and I should be building more tech labs, maybe. But anyway, yeah, I'm not microing at all because I'm devoting so much attention to my assault on his base, which requires so much micro, These Hellions right now are just keeping the Broodlings off my tanks. It's not very good. I hate Broodlords so much. So finally I'm getting these out, and as soon as those Broodlords showed up, I looked at this and said, okay, that's fine. I got 2 bases. He's pretty much at 0 bases after I take this one out. He's mined out. He's got no base left. So my attacking army is gone. But I'm just going to throw wave after wave of expendable troops at him. And eventually the Marines, maybe they'll take their toll on him. And if not, well then I'll get some Vikings out. And I made a planetary fortress on this thing. That's the first time I built one. It doesn't really come up much, because he never has to deal with it. So I'm just sending in my guys to die. And he is not really doing anything. Yeah, 70, 80, 100 APM. Look at that. That's very, very awesome. And my Hellions are just going to have a fun time toasting these Broodlings. Not a big deal. Well, not that one. That one's going to just get surrounded. Anyway. And there's my first Viking out, and I'm building more. Fantastic. There's a command center, and 2 command centers being built at once, because I'm going to expand. Yeah. The game is basically won for me already at this point. Although, if he should really be microing this and building another base, that's alright. All the stupid Broodlords. I hate them. Yeah. I can't really do too much about this. Until my 2 Vikings come out and save the rescue like heroes. Finally, they're going to come in, and he, of course, has no air-to-air or ground-to-air. So I'm just going to queue up these 2 attacks and watch his Broodlords get destroyed. He's really got nothing else to do. He's got no army. He's just going to be... He's long-distance mining here. It's over for my opponent. And look at that, my money got back down. That's cool. I'm happy about that. And, it could have happened a lot earlier because of my my macro really sucks, but my macro sucks too, actually. But that's alright. So, yeah, income, he's got 40 income. That's nothing. He's dead. He's got pretty much no army left. And finally, he goes to put down a base and makes a fun little ring with his probes. Nice little ring of Glomper probes. That's fun. His Nidus worm is still up. And again, I had no idea this Nidus worm existed. I just didn't see it. So at this point, I'm expecting him to GG, right? And I land my Vikings because landing Vikings is super cool. Let's take a look at them. Oh yeah, look at that. They look like little battle mechs there. It's awesome. So anyway, I'm going to destroy his hive and land my expansions at the 2 gold mineral patches, because why the heck not? And look at that, I'm keeping my money very, very low. I'm happy with that. That's a very good late game macro, because I've got nothing to micro. His base is destroyed, basically. I'm going to go finish these buildings off, and I'm assuming that this will be the end.